Good morning, good morning, family. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for me to get out of the house. It's a little bit of out and about today. And of course, always what follows me, what I take to the table and bring with me every day. Some OCD rituals, yes. So quickly, I'm going to show you guys. I got it ready. So what I'm going to do is be picking up a rental today. Got my wipes. Y'all know I'm always talking about my cleaning wipes, because I got to wipe down the steering wheel, the gear shift. Last time I did this wild video showing you guys how that particular day I wasn't in the mood to wipe everything down. So I took some bags and I just covered the gear shift area and the console. Baby, that was perfect. I'm going to do that again today with these. And my son said, who my mama going to go? Anyway, we won't say what he said. And these are some gloves. We'll talk about these gloves and where I'm going and why I have these. And just some extra gloves for cleaning. These purple ones is going to be for cleaning the rental. And these are my favorite wipes. You know, my extra little wipes. I have some extra wipes, but those are my favorite wipes. My little card holder, some snacks. But yeah, I'm going to be cleaning the rental with these gloves. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys. I'm going to hang out for a little bit at the... So yeah, just got a whole bunch of wipes, gloves for different reasons. So yeah, we're going to go hang out a little bit at the casino, one of my favorite spots. And I like to wear these inside of the casino. Y'all know I'm OCD, so I'm not touching anything in there. But yeah, I just look less weird with these gloves on as walking around the casino with these gloves on. So I always try to find these vinyl gloves in Dollar Tree, because they don't have that powdery stuff on the inside like the latex gloves. And as we know, my hands stay dry. They're not that bad today, but yeah, my hands stay pretty much on the dry side because of all the OCD, the wiping and cleaning. And I like to clean my hands with stuff like this because OCD tells me so. So we're about to hop in my vehicle, ride up the road to get the rental, maybe put some on these little pale lips, and we're gonna have ourselves a day. All right, fam, so I've already showed you my OCD bag is what I'll call it. So I don't necessarily have to show it again in the car, because I showed it to you in the house where I have my wipes, my gloves. And yeah, I need to make sure I throw an ink pen in there. Anytime I'm out and about and I need to sign things, I usually always have my own ink pen. I don't like to touch other people's pens, because if you're handing that pen out to people all day long, then that means hundreds and thousands of hands have touched that pen. And no thank you, absolutely not. You cannot pass it to me. So I always travel with my own pen. I travel with a pen like I travel with driver's license and a credit card. So I will throw a pen in the bag to make sure I have that. I don't know that I'll need to sign anything anywhere I go today, but just because it's another. And don't get me wrong, there's times that I fail to throw a pen, or I'm not in my own car. There's 2 to 4 pens in my car at all times. But if I happen to be in a different car, rental, and forget or something like that, baby, I still need to go grab a napkin. I'm not just gonna pick up your pen because I don't have mine. So I'm like, yeah, do you have a tissue somewhere? Do you have a napkin, a paper towel? Has there ever been a time where I just needed to grab a pen? I will, and even then I grab it in the craziest spot. I grab at the very top, the tip, where maybe the clicker is, or the very, very bottom where most people won't touch, but that center, like I touch it in the weirdest way. And of course I've got my wipes. I need to be wiping my hand immediately after. But that has happened. Woo, like, yeah. Because most times I'm gonna turn around somewhere, especially if I'm in a professional building or an office. Usually people have like little Kleenexes or the paper towel with dispensers. Baby, I'm gonna find something else. I've used brochures before. I will literally go, they have a stand of brochures. I'll turn around and go dig in the middle of the brochures, because if somebody stacked them, they stacked like a whole stack. I'll go in the middle, fold that brochure in half or over that pen. Y'all, the OCD is real. I will find, that's what, when people ask me different things, like, well, how do you do this? Well, how do you do that? It's like in their heads, they're thinking, oh, I'm gonna find something that you aren't OCD prepared for. I'm like, baby, save your time and your breath. Y'all, this is the first time I've been out in a very long time that I got my lips closer to how I like them. I usually put it on and try to smear in, and it don't work because it ends up being like a hard line. I'm like, baby, this is not 1980s. I don't want the hard line. But also, I said it before, I usually put like a little dot of gloss on my lip, and it helps smooth it. So, to be honest, in all fairness, there's been times I'll just put it on my lips, it's dry as a bone. That's where there is no transition and smoothing it out. But today, baby, I ate some of my macaroni and cheese before I left the house. So I'm sure I had a bit of macaroni and cheese juice, grease on my lips. Juice or grease on my lips that when I put the line on, it didn't even feel smooth as I was doing it. But I'm just looking like, oh yeah, that's how I like it, to like just cover my lips and not stay a black line. So this, any other day y'all see me on my lips be looking raggedy, this is what I be going for every day. Busy brain, y'all just caught it again on camera. I'm all over the place. I'm talking about a rental car. I'm talking about my OCD bag. I hopped over to my lips, and my brain actually went empty because I was talking about something before that. So what we're gonna do is hop off. I'm gonna get to the rental car, pick it up. I'm gonna wipe the steering wheel down, probably just the steering wheel, because baby, I'm gonna again cover the gear shift with either a glove or a Ziploc bag. I think I have some extra gloves. I'm gonna put my plastic in that console area and ride out. And the rest of my stuff that needs to be in the car with me, those things will be in this big trash bag that I have. I'm always OCD ready. Y'all know this busy brain, always thinking about something. I have a very, very short commute to the rental at this point because we've already been driving. I just passed this intersection, which is a pretty weird one for accidents, right? They've had quite a bit of accidents at this intersection. So, of course, it's one that when you're traveling, you kind of, looking, even though your light's green, you still traveling. And my brain just went here. I'm like, I pray God I never have anybody come barreling through an intersection and crash, because I'm a very safe driver. Never, ever in my life had an accident, right? But of course, I'm always thinking about it because I've never, ever had an accident. So I'm like, that would be horrible for me, because have I avoided accidents? Absolutely. So I would hate for someone to come barreling through an intersection and just crash into me, and I couldn't even, predict nor foresee it or prevent it. So with that thought, my brain is just always thinking. I'm like, and why would anybody come barreling through an intersection? So then I thought maybe a police chase. But baby, why would you be, one, running from the police, right? Two, barreling through traffic, dangerously driving to the point you crash. Now, y'all know my brain is busy, right? I'm always thinking. I'm thinking because that's stupid. One, it's very unsafe and it's dangerous. But what are you talking about there? You're running from the police, right? By the time you decide, I'm just going to drive reckless and crash into this, go barreling through this intersection and crash into somebody, baby, guess what you're going to do when you crash into somebody? You're going to stop. The car's going to stop. It's like any other accident. You stop and you wait on the who. You wait on the who to come. The po-po, poo-poo. Honk, honk. Woo, woo, woo. I know y'all like, get off this girl's channel because she is nutty. I'm telling you, my brain stays busy. I just literally had that thought. So why not, especially in a police chase, you should be driving safer than anybody else on the road so you can continue to get away from them. I know y'all like, where they come from. That's my busy brain. Traveling, I got OCD in my brain. I got to get out my car, get into a rental car, get to the casino. And that is in my brain because I rode through an intersection that plenty of times I've had to wait, pause, divert my flow of travel, go the other, merge somewhere else. So that's what I was thinking about as I went through that intersection where I've seen multiple car accidents. Y'all, I'm at the light, and when I turn right, there's the rental car place. So I'm gonna get off of here for real, and I promise the next time I hop on, I better be in that rental car, right? Maybe not. I probably won't, because I'll probably show y'all how I go into the rental car place. I'll probably show y'all that, so we'll see. So hop back on just to discuss my plan for the day. I've got to stop by the bank of course, and get my cash to play at the casino, because I'm not paying their $8-9 high fee to get any cash out their ATMs. After that, I will also be after the bank, we're going to be riding. We're just going to be riding. But I would like to say, the plan is en route to the casino, because the casino is not far. It's about 1 hour away, roughly 40-minute drive, but the fact that I'm driving a little out further to get the rental, it's going to be about an hour, but it's about 40 minutes away. What I'm going to be doing is planning to cover 2 topics today while we're out and about. Because you know the channel is called Cooking Up Conversations. I try to share my little cooking. I try to share Smooch's cooking. And then we're always talking about something. We're always conversing about something. Conversations for days over here. But what I'm going to try to cover today, if I don't have a lot of distractions, a lot of craziness, and a lot of anxiety, is a topic that I've actually covered before on my channel, but we're gonna add some newness to it. That one is going to be buy is a boundary. That's the topic. We'll dig into it when we get in this rental and get rolling. The second one is going to be our favorite, the world's favorite, narcissist. Yes, we're going to cover narcissist and buy is a boundary. When you see the topic on the screen, it just looks like, okay, buy is a boundary. Baby, I put emphasis on that thing when I'm talking about it. Buy is a boundary. Yeah, those are going to be the topics. Again, we're going to start. I think that'll be good. An hour away, we could probably do 30 minutes apiece. Narcissist 30, and buy is a boundary for the next 30. That's the plan, guys. Just wanted to hop back on and share with you what today's topic is about. And it's always about OCD, because I carry it with me every day. I hope you guys are having an amazing, a wonderful, awesome, fantastic, and great Friday, because I plan on it. All right, we're about to do our thing. I'm going to put our glove on because I'm not touching the door to go into the rental car place. And also, by the time I have to hand them my license and card, and they hand it back, I'm not going to touch it. I need to touch it with these on, because at that point they've contaminated, gotten it dirty. So that's what we're going to be doing, going into the rental car place. So they haven't been this busy in a long time, right? They haven't. I've been here so many times. I'm usually in probably 10, not even 15 minutes, and I'm out. Yeah, but for some reason today they're very, very busy. So I'm checked in, but I gotta wait. And when I went in, he was dealing with a guy. Then 3 more guys came in behind me. I'm like, whoa, they real busy. So anywho, I am just going to go to my car. I'm actually going to move my car where I have it parked today. I want to move it to a different location. And yeah, then I'll go back in and hopefully they're ready to put me in my rental. So y'all, I did need to go ahead and put my little plastic down, my little OCD plastic. And here's why. I always navigate with two phones. And so with that being said, it's just easier. I mean, I still have my trash bag over in the seat with my stuff, but reaching all the way over for my phones is a bit much. So I can just put them right here in this console area. So yeah, I went on ahead and put the plastic down. I was at a stoplight and I'm familiar with that light. I know it's usually a longer light. So I went in my bag, grabbed my blue trash bag, split it open, and went on ahead and put it over there. So yeah. And that's just so that I can put my personal items down in the rental car, where I'm sure people have had their dirty, whatever they've had, their cell phones, their keys, their whatever. You know, people don't clean their hands often. So for all those reasons, I went ahead and put the bag down. So when I'm not on my cell phones, one is giving me navigation to the casino. I know how to get there, but I haven't been in a while, so I may make a wrong turn somewhere. It's a couple of exits off a highway that are a little tricky. And anyway, just for comfort, I mean, I know half the way there it's like 2 exits. I'm like, is it this one or that one? And then when I get off the exit, I get in the right lane, the far right lane, or this middle lane. So I just have it on for comfort to make sure I get there. Like I said, when I go, I don't like any delays, because I'm a person that if I have too many signs before going somewhere, I'll stop and turn around, go home, and do something different. I'll tell myself it's not meant for me to do X, Y, Z, ABC today, and I just won't do it. So I'm trying to make this a very smooth transition to the casino, because I really, really, really want to go. And that's why a lot of things I just didn't do. I was gonna, don't you come out here. There was a couple things I was gonna do, this, do that, do this, do that. I said, don't do nothing. Get this rental, get to the bank, and go. That should be your first 3 stops today. Rental, bank, go. Casino. Like, don't stop and get nothing to eat. Say 8 before I left the house. Don't stop in 5 and below bed if you want to go in there and see if you can find something. Don't do it another day. So, anywho, I'm gonna put the phone down and try to gather myself and lower my anxiety and clean my hands, because my OCD is just telling me my hands need to be clean. I don't know why. I really haven't touched anything. I think my fingernail grazed the back of the blinker light, so that's in my head. I'm like, did I just touch that by mistake? So I just want to give my hands a clean, thorough wipe, just to feel okay. Maybe wipe the steering wheel again. I've already wiped the steering wheel, but I gotta wipe it again. Remember my previous videos, I talk about I don't have a counting issue with OCD, but I have a thing where my brain tells me stop. It tells me enough, and that's what comforts me. I don't know, I've probably been in this runner car the whole day wiping it before at some point I'll be comfortable with it. But anywho, that's what I'm gonna do, and hopefully the next time I hop back on, we'll be talking about is a boundary, or at least narcissists. We'll be talking about one of them, because once I get rolling on the highway, I'm kind of on the back road right now. When I get on the highway, I'm gonna start to calm down. I think we'll be able to do it. Alright fam, so let's talk about it. Is a boundary. Why is that such a topic in my brain, and why do I want to share it, and why do I say it the way I say it? I'm not telling you is a boundary. I'm telling you is a boundary. It is a boundary, because the reason I emphasize is a boundary, we're always talking about boundaries. And when people say you have to set boundaries and have boundaries in healthy relationships, and healthy relationships have boundaries, and blah, 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 you very seldom hear people talk about what their boundaries are, and what does having a boundary really mean. And when you set boundaries, give us an example. Baby, my number 1 boundary is bye. So boundaries to me generally mean stipulations. You put stipulations on relationships. Hey, listen, I like to set this in place, that going forward we move differently like this. This is how we're going to navigate going forward. In the future, I like to see things be different in this manner, in that manner. Those are boundaries. Stipulations, new expectations. Things are going to be different than how we've been navigating our friendship/relationship. Baby, listen, I have learned in my time, is a boundary. What's a boundary? Let's talk about boundaries. Let's talk about boundaries. Let's talk about them. Well, let me tell you about my favorite one. Is a boundary. Just say bye. Don't nobody have time to be putting stipulations on other grown people. Have I done it? Yes, didn't work. Bye. Because that's the next step. Bye. I've learned, just say bye first. I know that sounds crucial, it sounds harsh, because when you care about a person, love a person, you're gonna give them, I don't do benefits of the doubt, don't do it, never have, but you're gonna give them a chance, give them a try, let them know how you feel, see if they, but baby, when you do that, and then people still disregard you, my mind tells me, see, I should have just said bye in the first place. I shouldn't have sat down and had that adult conversation. I shouldn't have sat down and tried to reason with a person and let them know how I feel, just to find out they really don't give 2 flips about how I feel. Bye is a boundary. Just say bye. I said we was going to talk about this for 30 minutes. I think I summed it up in what? Less than 2? So yeah, I honestly think I just really summed it up already. That's it. That's really what I have to say about bye is a boundary. And because this sun is so terrible and I've got like some shade and some sun, I'm going to hop back on. Let me change direction of travel. Alright y'all, so even though I said we were going to do the topic of is a boundary, Again, it's so quick, it's so direct. I don't think there's much else I need to really go into about that. I mean, I could go on and explain it in various different ways, but the gist of it is we can set boundaries with people, and we can put stipulations and ask for this and want that and request this and request that. But baby, if someone's not going to respect you, if someone's not going to respect your boundaries, they're not going to take heed to your feelings or care, then the next step is is a boundary. What are boundaries? Buy is one. That's my number one main one. But I kind of feel like you're down when you have to set boundaries with people. We're at our lowest that I even have to set boundaries. I can set them, but the moment you disrespect them or don't take heed to them, that's my boundary. That's the new boundary. That's the concrete. I'm not gonna wait on you to do anything. I'm gonna do it. It's like being in a relationship with somebody, lying and cheating all the time, and you're like, well, what is it you want to do? Or, well, you're gonna have to pick between me and her, or me and him. Baby, I don't even understand why we give people that type of power. Why do we give people that type of power? No, you don't need to make no decisions about how you're gonna continue to disrespect my life. I'm gonna make that decision. So it's all about making a decision. Just as if you would set a boundary, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Bye. Therefore, you don't have to worry about the disrespect, ignoring you, not taking heed. You don't have to worry about any of that. Bye. And I clearly have set that boundary. I had to set that boundary. Bye. Not as your parents used to say. I'm not gonna keep talking to you. And as far as people in my life, I'm not gonna ask you more than once to do a very simple thing for me. Respect me, be mindful. I'm not gonna ask more than once. As a good friend, as a sister friend, I shouldn't have to ask. But if that's where we are, I'm gonna ask, and then I'm gonna step back, and as Judge Lynn Toler like to say, watch them. Just watch them. I'm gonna watch and see what you do, and then when I see what you do and I don't like it, bye. Bye is a boundary. That's it. That's all, fam. Alright, fam, I want to hop into narcissists. I hope today's a short day. I don't want to do a lot of long content, but we're going to hop on into narcissists because we got a long commute from where we are to where we're going. Narcissists. Listen. Narcissist is much like is a boundary. Much like it. People, of course you have the people that say everybody's a narcissist. People say everybody. No, of course I don't believe that. I never knew what a narcissist was. I have researched and studied the behavior. I now know what it is, and I do believe there are some people that are bona fide, true narcissists. No, we can't sit here and tag it on everybody. If somebody have one or two things that are similar, no, we can't just tag everybody to it. Baby, there are some people that are true through and through narcissists. So what I want to say about those people that are narcissists, not just because we mad at somebody and we want to say, you're just a manipulator and a narcissist. It's like people learned a new word. It's very much like is a boundary. Just shut down. Just shut down. Stop. Don't engage and walk away. That's my answer and my remedy to how to deal with a narcissist. Don't. That's how. Don't. It's hard. Because if you mouthy, you mouthy. If you're argumentative, you're argumentative. If you have to get your point across, you have to get your point across. And if you a person that like to be heard, you're going to be heard. But baby, trust me when I tell you, the best way to deal with a narcissistic behavior and or a manipulator is to not. You can't. You live in a world of a rat race wheel. It's just a rat race. It's just that hamster wheel. A hamster wheel, rat racing. That's all. You're going to go round and round in circles like the cat chasing his tail, run around like a chicken with his head cut off. You're getting nowhere with that type of behavior, that type of personality. You're going to get nowhere. a headache, drive yourself halfway crazy, but you're gonna get nowhere with that type of personality. Trust me, believe me, I'm telling you what I'm telling you because I know what I know. When you're trying to point something out to a narcissist, believe me when I tell you, 9 out of 10, they already know. They're not going to let you know. You can't be right in their world. They're not going to agree with you. Sometimes when they say move in silence, that's another way to move in silence. When dealing with a narcissist, you can sit back and just smile and grin and know what you know. And just let them think you're stupid and let them think you're dumb. Just know what you know. I'm going to be kind and keep letting you think you're winning. And keep letting you think you got all the answers. And keep thinking that you got me wrapped in your hand, your finger, your fist, wrapped between your toes. Whatever it is you think, I'm going to let you think that. But baby, I'm getting away from you. I got the people on board. I got the police department in tow to come escort me up out of here. I got the runaway safari over there in that other country. I got the hole dug in the ground, the tent in the woods. I'm getting away from you. Being very short and curt with a narcissist is a great way to get along with them if you're going to even try it. Being argumentative, you can have some great, solid, factual points. You still gonna make your head hurt before you make theirs hurt. So sometimes the arguments can turn to, okay, you're right, got it, end of story, you're done. That's it. That type of stuff drives them insane. They like to go in hamster wheels with you. They like to invite you in that hamster wheel so y'all can go round and round and round and round and round. It'll drive you crazy. It entertains the hell out of them. Baby, don't do it. For your sanity, for your peace of mind, just, okay. And it's, take narcissists off the table. People who like to argue. I'm going to say that again. People who like to argue. They like to argue. Don't give them what they want. When a person is living in a negative space, baby, the best thing you can do is not entertain that negative space they're in. Let them be. Sit in that by yourself, sweetheart. You negative, I'm not. You're going to do that today by yourself, tomorrow and next week too. By yourself. I'm not doing that. So, the best way is not. Because if you've tapped into a narcissist, you already know it's very difficult people. Difficult people to get along with. So why try? Why try? For me, when I try to do things that are very difficult and I realize I can't, I stop. I give up. That don't mean I'm a quitter, baby. It means certain things are not worth your time and your energy. Certain things should not give you rest. Baby, if it don't give me rest, bye-bye. Don't have time for it. So it's just really better not to try to navigate and deal with them. It's going to drive you crazy and have them just in giggles. Chuckles and giggles. Because they sit back. It's narcissists are much like those that throw a rock and hide their hand. They will stir you crazy and then sit back and look and then tell everybody else how crazy you are. Look, see how crazy she is. As if they didn't do that. As if they didn't poke the bear. As if they didn't ignite that fire. Add the fuel to the fire. And so it's best to be cool, calm, collective. Engage very little until you can make your exit. The best thing to do is get away, get out. But yeah, people who like to argue, don't give them that. Just say, okay. Because what I like to believe is, it's better for you to be crazy than me to be crazy. Why should I sit back and allow you to drive me crazy? And so that's what they do. They do this and they poke and they poke and they stir you up and they make you feel belittled and your feelings don't matter and you crazy and all that. They do the most to make you feel crazy. Baby, all you got to do to a narcissist is say, okay, and watch them feel how you feel. They put in way more work making you feel belittled, and all you have to do is say, okay. And most people who think they're right all the time, or who want to be right, they want to hear that. You're right. A narcissist, they know you being condescending and sarcastic. You're right. But even still, you can say so little and piss them off, while they do the absolute most to wreck your day. Let them start an argument. Just be like, "You right. You right." They're like, "What? No, let's argue." No, we're not arguing. You right. Before I argue with you, I'm gonna let you know how right you are. You're right. It's like, shut it down. Put a stop to it. End it. That's how you get along with a narcissist. All that other stuff is just going to mentally drain you. It's going to wear you out and tear you down. And at that, you are the blame for that. You are engaging in a part of your mental health being diminished because you are allowing the drama to go on and continue. You are engaging in it. When they say that, let's say you go to a narcissist with the issue or problem and a complaint, and they trying to dismiss it, or "You're stupid." Oh, okay. Well, thank you. It's like you have to learn tactics, and you have to learn them, because we're not built like that. We're not made to take insults and be degraded and stuff and just take it to the chin. No. Most of us know how to kick back, give back, right? Absolutely not. What we doing? You're not going to talk to me any kind of way. That's what we used to doing. Baby, you have to become condescending. You have to almost become an actress. Learn you some stuff, some new skills, so that you're not finding yourself engaging in the madness. You're just stupid. You're dumb. Why, thank you. Did you just say thank you and I called you stupid and dumb? Yeah, what you want me to do? Ball up in a corner somewhere and cry? Not happening. So, my best advice again to deal with a narcissist is be very minimal in how you deal with them. Be very selective. Be very careful. And not give too much energy. I have seen, you know how you click on something and watch it for, I think they say more than 3 or 4 seconds. The algorithm just floods your timeline. I've seen, it's been like a month or two ago, like clicked on watch one person talk about narcissists, and oh my gosh, it's like it didn't stop for like a few days. I'm like, okay, I'm tired of everybody talking about it. And some people are very aggressive in how they're saying, you know, and maybe this, you know, no, and I'm like, you know, I don't have to get into all that aggressive behavior to create content and talk about something. But people have so many different things about narcissists, and mine is even all that hard. It's not about, you know, the narcissist this and narcissist that and this and that. It ain't even about that, baby, because that's what drives them. All that energy drives them. I keep it real cute and classy, honey. Just engage very little. They already think they right. They think they're crafty and spiffy and smart. Let them think that. As long as you know better, you may be sitting here planning a whole exit to get away from them and out their life, and you can do that gracefully with a smile. If you tell them for a whole 2 months they're right, and then month 3 you out of there, you see how peaceful that'll be for you. That you didn't argue your way out, you didn't fight your way out, it wasn't all this drama. Baby, just let them think whatever, because you got the bigger picture in your head. I'm gonna be kind to you. I'm gonna be nice. Whatever you say, all right. Okay, you know what, you're right. My feelings don't matter. They really don't matter. Yours do. I think we should just focus on your feelings. We should focus on what makes you happy. I think that's a good thing for our relationship. Let's just do what makes you happy. You know, I'll figure mine out later. I mean, you could be so genuine and so sincere. Be fake, but be so genuine and be so sincere in that. You know, just come across as genuinely like, you know, whatever you say, I'm all about it. While you planning to exit, and then walk like a boss. Walk like a boss right up out that situation. I promise you, not dealing with them less. Minimal contact is the best way. All that other stuff, rah people, you know, a narcissist this and you needed this, and I'm like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm saying what I'm saying, and not to say I'm 1,000% right. Not to say it's gonna work in every scenario and situation. That's not what I'm saying. But some people are just so aggressive in their delivery, and I don't like that, because again, let's take narcissists off the table. When you're dealing with mental health, as we see how many people walking around here just taking people out, they mentally unstable, emotionally unintelligent, all the things, and they just get so into their emotions and feelings, they just taking people out. Baby, that's all that aggression don't work with them type of people. You need to move very very swiftly and silently around them. You don't need to aggravate that mental health situation already crumbling in their brain. So aggravating and agitating people is not the answer. Not for me anyway. Not for me. I'm not gonna aggravate the heck out of you. You already got some stuff going on up there. And in the beginning, you gotta learn it's a narcissist. You go and say, well, you did something the other day and I don't like what you did and it made me feel some type of way. And they say, oh, you're just being sensitive. You're always just being so sensitive about everything. Usually like, I'm not being sensitive. Why would you say that? And you just go in this, oh, I'm being sensitive. That's what you think? Okay. And I'm going to tell you one other thing about dealing with a narcissist other than not engaging and shutting them down is to give them what they give you. Baby! Woo! When I tell you, that's a change for the game. Listen, when I tell you, and I don't mean say it, honey, move in silence. Don't say, oh, well, the next time I'm going to do it to you and see how it feels. Baby, don't do that because then they prepared for it. Silently do it to them again and watch them unravel. They get so unhinged. Because what they do to you is always acceptable. It's okay. You should just tolerate and deal with it. Baby, don't do the same thing to them. They think you done lost your ever-loving mind. And let me just say this for the record. I'm going to get off this topic because I could be on it forever. But I'm going to say this very safely and very cautiously. Anytime I give, when I say tread light type of advice, I like to say, do anything. First of all, don't do anything I say do because I say do it. But what I don't encourage anybody to do, don't do anything anybody on social media tell you to do if it's not safe. Let me say that first. If it's not safe, don't do it. Don't buck up and stand up to somebody or be condescending or a smart mouth or, nice, nasty, passive aggressive. Don't do any of that with a dangerous person, an abusive person, somebody that might hurt you. Don't do that. My personality is bigger than life. I dare you to buck up on me if I'm just being me. I have every right to be me, and I'm mouthy. So, baby, I dare you to think you're going to lift a hand or it's not going to be pretty for nobody involved. So, I don't encourage things that I might do because I'm always safe. I wouldn't do it to somebody I know crazy. I wouldn't do it with somebody I know would harm me. But I don't move around people like that either. I don't move around nobody I'm in fear of or I think might hurt me. I don't move around people like that. But if you happen to find yourself in that type of situation, by all means, don't be bucking up on nobody, condescending, smart mouth. Don't do anything that might get yourself in any harm. I don't encourage it. I absolutely do not encourage it. I'm all about safety, peacefulness, mental health, mindfulness. Don't do nothing that's gonna get you, so don't listen like, oh, well, I'm watching her on social media and she said I need to go, whatever. She said I need to be condescending and say thank you when you say I'm stupid and then you get knocked down somewhere. Don't do that if that's the type of person you're dealing with. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. In those type of situations, I'm like, honey, have you a nice friendly uncle, you know what I mean, handy, 111 ready to dial. Have you some other things, a shelter possibly, somebody they don't know nothing about, in place. Run and hide somewhere, but don't run and hide to somebody's house. They've been there 50 times. They know where to find you. So for safety reasons, don't even mess with a narcissist, honey. Just, you got to figure that one out. I can do a whole nother topic on that as well, because I'm all about safety. There's ways to escape. There's ways to get out. Sometimes you can go walk up to a stranger and say, I am in dire need. Can you help me? And sometimes they'll help you faster than family and friends, honey. There's ways to get out of situations. And I'm talking about a lot of stuff going through my head as I'm making these statements, but I'm not going to tap into them because y'all will be like, Lord, there she goes. She all over the place. That busy brain. I'm going to tell you real quick. One, I was in a situation not long ago. I was in a crunch. I was in a pickle. Couldn't figure it out, but I said, I'm going to go to this Walmart. I'm going to figure it out. And I did just that. Complete strangers helped me. It was like a whole barter and trade in Walmart. I needed something from strangers because I was in a situation where I couldn't figure it out. And that was my figure out. Asked some strangers. They were kind. They helped me. And it was like a whole barter and trade. I did something for them, they did something for me. My situation was resolved. So baby, I'm a problem solver. In my head, I'm always fixing stuff and figuring something out. So when I say there's a way to get out of a situation, oh, there's a way. I'm getting away from you. You do this foolishness with somebody else at another time, another place in life, but it won't be with me. That's how I would deal with a narcissist. Very minimal until I can make an exit. Don't give them what they want. Once you learn their behaviors, if you have a crafty brain, it's so easy to navigate dealing with them. The best thing to do is get away from and not deal with them, but it's so easy to navigate it. It really is. You have to learn those behaviors, and then you have to learn. I'm going to tell you, you have to learn how to get back. But let me tell you what's sad about it. It's mentally debilitating because it makes you step out of character. I'm a straightforward, honest, shoot straight from the hip type chick. I don't play mind games. I don't have time to be doing stuff and it's really not my personality. I don't have time to be saying stuff that I really don't mean. I don't have time to be condescending or agreeing with you. I don't have time for that. But that's the life you have to live in order to somewhat fruitfully get along with them. In order to fruitfully get along with them, you really have to just start doing things that aren't your character, your personality. And then that becomes mentally debilitating in a whole nother way. Because you're saying things you don't mean, you're being a person you really aren't, and you just, you're trying to just get through the days. It's no fun. But I tell you what, any day I'd rather do that than to let somebody just take me down through there. Baby, we're going to play games. We gonna play games. You not gonna play no games with me. If you gonna play games, we're gonna play games. It's not just gonna be I'm the one getting played. Game on. Bring it on. You just go into a whole different mindset, but it's one you don't really like. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to sit and be playing games with a whole grown adult. Baby, pull out Monopoly, Jenga, checkers, Connect Four, Scrabble. Them the type of games we can play as full grown adults. Otherwise, what we doing? Y'all, check this out. We doing this what we about to go do. Yep, that's what we about to go do. All by my lonesome. That's one of my favorite spots. We finna go ahead and do hibachi, Japanese steak seafood house. We going to Kobe's, y'all. That's what we doing. Check. Yes, we about to be about this life. So I might do a little bit of footage in there, but either way, our day has been wrapped up. We're at our end of at least content. Me running my mouth part. That portion. Alright guys, so we were about to pull out and leave. I could tell the way I put my little bead on my face today, I used a darker shade and I don't like it. It's like I'm burnt or I'm sweaty or hot. Yeah, it's definitely not my regular shade. But we were leaving because I go to the door and the lady obviously didn't speak English. She said her voice was almost deaf, like she was deaf as opposed to didn't speak English. Anyway, she was like 5. I said, oh, they don't open till 5. Me not being in tune with time, and I said, oh yeah, we won't be here today because I'm thinking it was like 4. I'm thinking I'm not waiting an hour to eat anywhere. But then when I got back to the car, I'm like, oh, it's 4:45. We might as well wait. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to wait because it's really what I want. And I have the gut disease and I don't get to eat a lot, which doesn't look like that on the channel. You probably always see me cooking all the time. I'm fixing some beef stew, macaroni, right? Honey, those are good days. And that's why I really act like a complete nut when it comes to food, because there's so many days. Not even so many days. I can't really say so many days I'm unable to eat. That wouldn't be fair. It's a matter of you don't know when you're going to eat and get sick. So the days that you can eat, you just enjoy it. You just straight up be enjoying the heck out of food. And again, it doesn't really sound like I have a gut disease compared to other people who have the same disease. Baby, they can barely tolerate water. So I don't have the worst case scenario of it, which I'm very grateful for. But when you in a flare, I feel like the people who suffer every day, all the time, on a regular basis, in and out of the emergency room, live with feeding tubes, I feel just like that person. It's crazy. But yeah. We have about 10 minutes or so before they open. I don't have a reservation, but hopefully since I'm just one person, they can still throw me in at a table with somebody. Because, baby, I don't have a problem with hibachiing it with other people. Y'all know I'm not a people person. Me and my OCD world. But when it comes to food and I just want to eat, honey, y'all ain't even at the table. And I hope I don't disturb your spirit. Because I'm not going to let you disturb mine. I just want to eat, get up, and go.
Yeah, you can mark the last on Timu, yeah? No idea. Yeah. Woo! Yeah.
We don't have to watch our lashes.
I go to Wawa.
You got that from Timu.
Always on fire. Oh, my.
So I've already done my casino run. I didn't have the fun I thought I was going to have. There's some small winnings. Usually I do a certain win that I just love, but that didn't happen today. One thing about me when I come to the casino, I'm smart. I am always going to walk out of here with some money. If it's a little bit of money, I'm going to walk out with some money. They ain't taking out my money. So because I always go in suited up with gloves on, I never take my phone because obviously my gloves going to be touching the nasty money, the machines. I can't do that and touch my phone. So I'm done. I've taken my small winnings and put them in the vehicle, but I'm walking back just to do a little bit of footage on the inside. Because a normal person without OCD would have done that, right? Can't even zoom in because I got a dirty glove on one hand and can't really zoom with the other, but let's see. Let's see if we can do a little bit of zoom. Is that better? Did some zoom. Anyway, we're just gonna walk through. And since we are doing a day out at the casino, might as well get some footage, right? What's the point of casino footage and you don't see no casino? So we're gonna go through a bit and yeah. It's gonna be loud in here, so very little talking. Smoke free. Smoke free zone. One of my favorite games, roulette. Probably shouldn't be doing too much recording, so that's why it was a quick zoom of the roulette table. don't, however, like the electronic roulette. That's lame to me. Yeah, no. Give me the people at the table. That's the type of roulette I need to be playing. See if we can get the table real quick because somebody say something about recording. There it is. Roulette table. Roulette table. Love it, love it, love it. It is not typically the game I play when I come, though I like roulette. I like to do roulette with somebody so we can strategize. I'm gonna get up out of here. We'll do a little bit of footage downstairs and head out. I always want to try this one, but I haven't. Maybe one day I'll try it. Even though it's pretty crowded, it's still the time of the day I like this. It's like before nighttime. Noon, 1, 2 o'clock, even between 2 and 4 are great hours. After that, baby, I don't want to have no parts of that many people. You can't even park, it's that congested. So yeah, give me between noon and 2 o'clock during the weekday, where most people should be at work. But one thing about the casino, seniors hang out here so bad. Every casino I've ever gone to, where baby, they're retired. They're retired, and honey, it's packed. I mean, I'm not being funny when I say this. Walkers, wheelchairs. Baby, they be barely getting around, but they be getting up to this casino. And I'm not saying that to be funny, like criticize funny. I'm saying it to be ha-ha funny, like they be about their life is what I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, I see some seniors, elders galore. So aside from the people that should be at work, the seniors fill in the building. Pretty well, just fill in the building. Honestly, we're gonna head out. I think we have some footage. Can't say I started the video saying I'm going to the casino and y'all like, well, what casino did you go to? The invisible one? Why we don't know that you really went? Why we didn't see you go? So yeah, I don't even like to really film in here. I'm sure for privacy and other reasons it's probably not allowed if someone actually knew that's what I was doing. But that's why I'm not at any tables filming or whatever. They probably even have signs at the table saying you can't. That's why I'm just perusing through, doing what I do. And we're gonna head on up out of here. We're gonna exit on up out of here. Bye, casino. Taking a quick pause, y'all, just to reset myself before I return this rental. But it's interesting. I want to talk about something real quick. I think this is the worst water I've heard people talk about, or seen people online or whatever talk about. I would never know. I just came out of the Dollar Tree. I needed to get something really quick, and I want some water. Why? Because I want to eat these little cookies that I have. I want to eat those cookies. And I have one of those taste buds that when I eat something sweet, I crave water behind it. Other than that, I hate water. All water is nasty to me. So I guess people have their facts. They fact check, done the research, whatever, as to why they think this water is nasty. I can't tell, because to me, all water is nasty. And again, I only crave sweets. I only crave water when I'm eating something sweet. I could be eating a cupcake, a piece of cake, some cookies, a candy bar. I want water right behind it, nothing else. I can't eat something sweet and then potentially have a taste to drink something sweet. My taste buds don't really mesh with that. Like it don't hit the same. It doesn't taste right. Now there are some random times that I'm like, oh my gosh, that I want something sweet after eating something sweet, and it actually tastes okay. Like, why does sometimes I think it's like gross, wild, crazy, disgusting? Anywho, with all that being said, I just hopped on for that reason to say that if this water is supposed to be horrible, Aquafina, if it's supposed to be nasty, I would know. There's not a water ever that's good to me. It's all nasty. So that's all I wanted to hop on and say. I'm gonna get started, take this runner back, and make this day short.